First of all, congratulations on the last party. I saw it last night. It is a very interesting watch. It's not necessarily what I expected. First of all, from what I can see, it looks like one long shot that it's made, and uh, that's fantastic. How much work was it to get everybody, with their timing correct, so you can do, you know, 28 long shots to create this one long shot looking movie.
Yeah. Thank you. First, thank you. Thank you for the invite and thank you for your returns. I really appreciate that. I would say it's a lot of preparation, pre-production. It was 6 months in pre-production, and with the director of photography, we went on sets and we shot the whole movie with me directing and said what I want, and he recorded. And we try to edit it with the preparation rushes, to see if it's gonna work or not. And yeah, it's been two days on set. We really record everything to see if it's gonna work or not. We a little bit modify some stuff on sets because we don't have exactly the time we want to do exactly what we're supposed to. But yeah, the preparation was huge, and this is how I think that's why it works. Yeah, with every people involved, with people who believe in it, and also the fact that we do a lot of preparation on it. Especially when you do long takes, you don't have the choice. You can't really improvise. It's so risky, and you need to really rehearsal and choreography everything. So you need to know exactly what you want. Otherwise, it could be difficult to have a good result.
Definitely. And how did you find your director of cinematography? Because most directors of cinematography want to be able to capture different angles and get the coverage so you can make this movie the best it possibly can be. How did you find your director of photography, and what was his reaction when you told him you wanted long shot?
The DP Aurel is also a Steadicammer, so he also record the movie and frame the movie. And I contact him through Instagram. It was with we have a similar friend, common friend. Yeah, he's an actor, a friend who is an actor, and I saw one of the shots he made, and he did the photography on this one. And yeah, I went to a screening in Paris. That movie he just made, it was a short film, and I said, the photography is really great. And I contacted him, and he said, oh, it's interesting, and there is a good work for someone who do Steadicam, and there is also a mood, very pop color and something to do. So it's a challenge. And I think he liked the script too. And he said, there is potential and let's do it, even if it's a low budget film. And there was, we really discussed about, mise en scène choices, which color represent what, and what we're going to decide. So I asked him to really put lights in the whole house, the whole sets, and mostly didn't move stuff at the less you can, so we can be very, shoot faster as we can because we only have 5 days for shooting the whole film, so we need to work very fast.
Definitely. And let's talk a little bit about the story, because there's so much going on with these characters. Once again, like, they're very long shots. uh you know the story preparation, how long did you take in order to, like, make sure that this story was perfect so you can get these long shots and actors to, very much embody these characters?
It's been 2 years and a half for the screenplay. We wrote the screenplay at four screenwriters, and the concept is one screenwriters writes one part of the story, which is one character. And yeah, we definitely, it was a huge work. There was so good collaboration. It was during the pandemic, during the lockdown, so we work in distance with through videos. And we, yeah, it was a long time. We've take 13 different version of the screenplay, and the 13th was the last one. And after that, we do the most rehearsal we can, for be sure it gonna work. And I have a good director of casting too, to find the right persons. And yeah, we didn't really have much time to rehearsal before the shoots, but we rehearsal on sets, and the movie is mostly practically entirely shot during nights. So we rehearsal during the afternoon and we shoot during the whole night. That's how it worked. And yeah, it was so good to have a collaboration. It worked like, a series before a movie. Each character is one screenwriter, and we really collaborate like this to these ideas. So we put into ourselves in the characters what we live, what happens, as a teenager, and what we thought he could be interested to say, what the feelings, we had, because we were very close to the characters. What I want with long takes also, it's to have the same feeling that the character feels on the same time, and the public feel it. So yeah, that's how we make the film. And yeah, I
Uh,
think I answered good.
this cast is incredible. They really much embody characters that are very human. They're very much people that I feel I know. I feel a lot of people are going to know these characters. They have to deal with like very heavy themes at points. How did you find this cast? What kind of direction do you give them in order to make sure that they're hitting their marks and that they can do this in one take?
But some of them was actors and I already work with on short films, and some of them were new. The director and casting and myself, we decide to ask them to improvise, to give us an improvised video, so we can see if they're gonna fit or not. And we decide we're on video first, and then in present time, we see. But during the pandemic, it was so hard to have, in present real casting. I mean, so well, first it was on video, and then we try on set, and we try to with the different characters pass the casting together, so they can fit, because sometimes you can work when you do everything alone, it's fine, but when you mix two people, it doesn't work. So we passed the casting and do test with different characters together, and this is how well we decide. Yeah, and I think we found the right persons, and we're really happy of the whole performance of everybody involved.
Even though once again these are very long shots, you get very intimate, you get very personal with the characters, bringing the camera very close to them. Um, how difficult is it to do that with new actors, a new cast that maybe doesn't have the experience that veteran actors would have?
They need to trust in you, I would say, really, because yeah, it's hard to. They're new, they're young, even us, but they need to know the choreography perfectly, as the DP, as everybody involved, in fact. But they really need to know exactly where we're going, and sometimes it's difficult for them to play and move on the same times. But it wasn't really a problem on set, because we create a mood, create a mood. We create the mood in the party. We put music between takes for keep the move, keep the party and people dancing, stuff like that. So I think that yeah, they trust us, and that really help. The fact that I personally direct people very close, Sometimes I just whisper in the ear, so I can give people in the mood. So I think that helps too. I don't really like directing distance, screams and the information. It's not really how I want to make stuff, and so yeah, the proximity with actors was really great. and they believe in it, and I think they understand what we do and what I want. So I think thanks a lot them for that. Yeah.
You're a dancer and a choreographer. How did the skills you learned from that help to prepare these actors and direct them so you can do everything in one take?
Exactly that. I mean, it's as a dancer, I know how to choreography, and that's what I want to make in this first feature. And I think this is what I learned in the dance area and dance school, who give me the possibility to make this film. As for being I would say it's really, I see the movie in my mind, of course. Sometimes you need to adapt, obviously, because depends of the set, depends of the time you got. And you need to be very clear of what you want so the people can follow you. And even if you have doubt, because it's not honest to say we don't have any doubts on sets. It's not really honest, but you don't need to give the impression you don't have that you have any doubts. You need to know have the always the answers to all the questions. Otherwise, people get scared and people say, "Oh, okay, this guy don't know what he's doing." And I think the fact that we saw the whole choreography and we can adapt if that didn't work, really helped. So the cast wasn't scared about it because if we see there was uncomfortable of some part and playing some stuff, I can modify. I was open to that, and thank God we did sometimes this stuff because otherwise the movie wasn't gonna be like you see it. It will be completely different. So I think you need to adapt with the people we work with. It's important to adaptation as a movie director. It's something that give you strength and quality at the end.
Definitely. And with a movie as unique as this one, with heavy themes and a new cast, shooting it all in long takes, how what were the obstacles in getting this produced? Was there any moment where you feared that you wouldn't be able to get this film made?
Yeah. Definitely, especially during the pandemic. It was so hard to find producers, to find budget. So difficult. 1 month before we shoot, we didn't have the budgets and the sets. So we were very scared, and thank God the movie can make because at the last time everything happens. But it's first feature, so as many first feature, it was so hard. I found budget with a private foundation in Switzerland who helped. I produced with my own company Light Rush in Geneva. We shot in Switzerland, and it was really the last. It was, I don't know, 3 weeks or 4 weeks before we shoot, we have the sets. And finally, I guess, yeah, on the same times we had part of the budget for it. And it was, yeah, a performance for us because we only have 5 days. Impossible to do more because the set wasn't available and we don't have the budget for more. So, yeah, it's been 5 days of shoots and 1 year and a half of post production.
Wow. And this, like you said, this is your debut directorial.
Yeah.
Now looking back on it, I'm sure you've seen the movie many times in the
Yeah.
editor's cut. Uh, how do you feel about it? What are your thoughts? What are your emotions right now?
I'm really happy with what we did because yeah, as I said, it's a low budget, but we don't see the fact that it's a low budget, and for me, it was important. It's only 5 days of shoot, so it's many people when I present the movie, I said, "Oh God, you did that on only 5 days. It's incredible," and I'm happy of that because we can shoot good quality fast. It's possible. It's hard, but I learned that at film school, and I'm pretty proud of that because it's important today, especially with budgets. When you don't have necessarily big budgets, it's difficult to, when you start, have a big project on production, especially in independent movies. So yeah, the fact that we do something with less money, and we have to do it fast, and the result is really great. I'm really proud of that. Even some stuff could be better, it's always like that, but if everything would be perfect, what's the point, it's always the same thing. So yeah, I think, yeah, it's a good start. For me, it's awesome to be across the Atlantic. It's my first time in LA, so I discover everything here. I'm a huge fan of American cinema, of Hollywood. So yeah, right now I kind of live, the American dream, and all this stuff can still exist, and it's amazing just be there and have the opportunity to present the work that we shot many miles away.
Definitely, and making a film and going through film school could be two very different
Yeah.
experiences. How well did you feel? How prepared did you feel coming out of film school and making your first film?
It's funny because what I want after my film school in Paris is going to UCLA and learn more about screenwriting. You know, Then COVID arrived, so impossible to move in United States. So I have to make a decision. If I have this idea, I wanted to make it, and I don't know if I can possible. So I prefer to move forward on the first future, then continue to study, which is paradoxal, and on the same time I learn a lot. I mean, when I make this movie, because I'm also a director, I'm also a producer, and I'm also involved in the writing, because I write a part of it too. So it was huge, and I learned so much, even if it was long, because it's 5 years of work who finally for made it. But yeah, I think you have the basics. You learn the basic stuff in film school, and it's great. And then it's so good if you want to direct to go straight. Even if you do bad things, you learn to undo it. On shoots, on sets, and shoot different stuff. And yeah, it's adrenaline too who helped to move forward, on this project. And also what it helps, it's people are involved and believe in it. When you have people who read screenplay and said, oh, okay, it's original and there is something there, and for once it's not the same script than I already shoot, you said, okay, maybe we have something here. It's maybe we didn't have a bad job on the writing, so it could be great, and let's try it. And it's not an expensive movie, so we can try it and see what's happening. And also because most of the people involved was young degree film school people, they really want to work, also work on another project at the same big project film here, or small project film here, with less necessary jobs title, that they be promoted to work on this one. And yeah, we really did it professionally, and I think the quality is here, and that's why I'm so happy to them and so proud of what they do, because it's a real collaboration. And what I love about this industry, it's really the collaboration. Even if there is one movie director, there is many people involved who believe in what your vision, and that really helps you to move forward. This collaboration, the fact that they believe into, even if it's hard. But it's one of the most incredible things, the feelings you have the first time on set, and you have 40 peoples here and believe in it, and you have to shoot, because it's now or never. It's so great, and at the same time, yeah, you have the pressure, but the pressure helps you to move on, to move forward, I think.
Definitely. Well, this project does not look like an indie film. It's very high quality.
Thanks.
Congratulations on it, and I hope to see more filmmaking from you.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Here in LA, also for find producers, so
Mhm.
try to have meetings, and yeah, I definitely want to work on the American production now, if possible, for international release. So let's see. I have different projects on the table. Continue to writing different one. So Just need to find the right person to produce it. So things take time. So, but it's cool.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you for the invite.